Sign up for our monthly giveaway. Every month, we give away exclusive Cigars and Sea Stories gear, as well as items for our guests and sponsors. Those are gadgets, gizmos, all sorts of different stuff. When you subscribe to our newsletter by going to cigarsandseastories.com and clicking subscribe, you automatically enter into our monthly giveaway. How you earn points for those giveaway is by sharing the referral link with your network. Every time you share, you earn a point. Every time one of your friends subscribes, you earn an additional 5 points. So go to cigarsandseastories.com right now and subscribe.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep
on this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Bennett and Mike are sitting down talking about, we're going to talk about a lot of things. I want to talk about how to get screwed over by just stepping off base. Right? Remember payday lenders? Remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, they didn't really have, I mean, they did have things like that when I was in, but it wasn't as rampant as it is now.
Right. I never dealt with that. And they go that route, blah, blah, blah. I was wise on their scheme. But this guy, Scott Tucker, whatever, fuck that guy. He's doing 16 years, 8 months in prison for the bullshit he wound up doing. Like, literally taking advantage of people. You know, one of the things that I didn't realize about this payday lender thing, because I totally would have taken advantage of them, is they can't come after you for the loan, essentially. So, if people didn't pay, nothing would actually happen. Because if they did go and try to file suit or create any other legal ruckus about it, they themselves would get caught.
Right.
So it's like a one-time scam. Just, here you go, I'll take my payday loan and never pay back. So, dude, there are just so many of them. There's like C.L.E.P books.
We've got, like, just in, like, the Camp Lejeune area alone.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marines, we have Omni military loans. Really?
Right.
The general manager's a Marine. So I you know, who knows? Maybe they don't have the predatory lending, whatever. But when you type in payday loan into the Google machine there, it pops out.
Yeah.
Omni military loans. So I don't know the deal on it. I don't want to talk shit on it, but I don't know. Places like that skeeve me out.
Right?
Just like the furniture stores right off base that, you know, oh, and they like have an allotment sheet waiting for you for their $1,000 mattress. That's like, you know, you could probably buy it at Salvation Army for $12.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ugh. No one is ever going to convince me to purchase their used mattress.
Well, it's not a used mattress. I'm just saying it's not a very high quality mattress, but they're going to charge you $1,000 for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still predatory lending to an extent, but it's also because boots are fucking stupid.
Right.
Cherries are fucking dumb. Dumber than dumb.
It's because we're
not
all kids.
All, but most. Yeah. They're 18. They've got their first paycheck that they've ever fucking had that wasn't that Krispy Kreme.
Right.
And, you know, they're out there, oh, let's go get a tattoo and let's go to Toby's and the Driftwood and all that other bullshit and fucking buy a car that they can't afford and all the other bullshit. So, yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Horrible.
Tattoos and motorcycle. Mm-hmm. That was my boot experience. But I mean, I continued on with the tattoos and the motorcycles. So, I don't know.
I bought the dumbest truck ever.
Oh, did you?
Dumbest. I was just so hard up to get a truck, and I really couldn't afford shit, right?
Sure.
So I got a brand new GMC Sonoma truck, but being the boot that I was when it came to car shopping, I didn't. So it had like a pleather seat, like so it was the fake leather.
Yeah.
Not realizing I bought it in the winter, right?
Right.
So not realizing that in the summer in North Carolina that seat will literally remove flesh from your ass because it gets so fucking hot. And
Yeah.
when you sit on it, it will literally cause second-degree burns on your legs. And here's the really dumb one. You ready?
Yep.
It's embarrassing to say it. It had no air.
It had no air.
Had no air conditioning.
You bought a brand new vehicle without any air conditioning in it?
1993, man. 1993, and that was really dumb. I have to say though, I really love that truck.
Yeah.
I embraced it and drove the shit out. I just put a seat cover on it finally, and it was good to go, man. But I just had to drive with the windows down. That shit was fucking hot, I say.
Jesus Christ.
But I really wasn't. At the end of the day, I was gone a lot. I didn't really have to drive it that much, Sure. So, whatever. Man. It's all good. I'd swoop like a motherfucker in that truck. Swoop, swoop. Just fucking 96 to fucking swoop up to Connecticut or something.
Yeah.
Up to outside DC. Whatever, man. It was fucking crazy. That truck got a lot of miles put on it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
See, my boot purchase was that Suzuki Gixxer 600.
Jizzer.
And it was a fun, really fun motorcycle. Really fun.
600?
Yep.
I always liked the 750 in that one.
Yep. But I was smart enough knowing, I was 18 when I bought it.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I ruined myself on motorcycles too because I bought that CBR 900.
Yeah.
And I drove it for a year, 2 years. But then I had like 3 near-death experiences and was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I bought a motorcycle since. Not to say I don't want like a Harley or something.
Sure.
But, we'll get there.
Right. Yeah, see, that's the biggest thing is I eventually wound up going the Harley route. Well, and even still, I mean, like, there are a couple of different places where, like, dealerships, Harley dealerships that are... I trust Harley dealerships over going and trying to buy a motorcycle anywhere else. That's the easiest way to put it. Only because of the standards that they have to uphold from Harley Davidson. You know what I mean?
I do.
So I would rather go and do that than I would go and purchase a used Harley trying to understand if there's anything wrong with it. So when I got home from Afghanistan, like I already knew that I wanted to buy that Harley Davidson Softail sitting out in my garage right now. I already knew it. I'd already ridden that motorcycle numerous times in my mind before I actually hopped on and rode it away. But I'm telling you, man, I bought that Harley without any test ride or anything else like that. Climbed on it, got onto the 215 out behind base in Pendleton. It might just be the 15. So 15 goes down into the 215, I'm going to say. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm on the other side of base. The old lady's on the back of it. We had traded in my little Sportster that I had for this big fucking Softail. Never ridden it before. Get it up onto the freeway, and I'm just stretching the ever-living shit out of 5th gear, and then wham, hit 6th gear. That was the first time in my life that I had 6 gears on a motorcycle. I was in heaven. It was like, oh my God.
I was in heaven.
I could cruise at 120 miles an hour,
Yeah. Yeah.
The old lady
man.
Was not impressed.
I remember I had my bike up to, it was probably 120, 130, easy.
Oh, yeah.
and it's scary, bro. I have to admit, like once you hit that threshold, it's a little scary because
Well,
shit
you would
really
not want
flies
to
by.
ride motorcycles with me. I'm telling
You
you
know
that
what I
much.
mean? I like moving. I'm just saying, once you get over that, like I could cruise it at 100. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? No problem. It's once you get up over that threshold of like 120 ish,
yeah,
shit starts getting real.
yeah.
Cause yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean. Because dude, when I was making that long stretch from Michigan over to your place, right during the summer.
And you got to make sure you're doing it on the right road.
Well, right, that's the other thing. I'm on 80/90, so that's not
Yeah.
necessarily it's the right road for circumstances as far as like weather and all of that other
Right.
stuff. It's not the right road as far as law enforcement is concerned. So, but man, I'll lay back, no shit, against my pack, roll on the throttle, and just kind of chill. And before I know it, I look down and I'm pinned right at it. Just like, that's it. Speedometer won't go any faster. Well, in some speedometers, I found this out. If you pin it out for a long enough period of time, it just drops itself all the way back down to zero. I mean, you're still riding your motorcycle, don't get me wrong, but the speedometer can't take it anymore, and so it goes back down to zero. It like kill safe itself.
Really.
So you have to shut the motorcycle off before the speedometer goes back on. I did it 3 times on that road trip.
Nice.
Right, so that means that I pinned my motorcycle for longer than a 60-second duration consistently. So, yeah, but I just zone out, man. I'm like, whatever, I'm hauling ass. And I'm, it's not like I'm cutting in between traffic. I'm out in the middle of nowhere by myself, hauling ass down the highway. If I fall, I die. Yeah, I get it. So the fuck what? And then, there's no gray area. That's what I like about it. Like, you die if you fall off. Like, okay. Yeah, but you could get dead. You're right. Or I could have a fuck ton of fun. That's it. Faster and faster until the thrill of speed outweighs the fear of death. That's it. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Right.
If finally my blood will pump. Awesome. Because you haven't scared me yet. Like roller coasters don't do it for me anymore. I don't give a shit. So taking my motorcycle 150 miles an hour. I would love to get a Busa maybe next and just go stupid fast. I would might die. We peeled them somewhere off of like a, they're going to peel me probably off the front of a fucking semi truck. That's how I'll go. He just skipped it across the median, then wound up smacking into old Mac. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Payday loans, huh?
Well, you didn't really say payday loans. It's kind of just a cacophony of bullshit.
It's all of the ways that you can immediately leave base, get fucked in some way.
Well, I mean, you got that. So you got pawn shops too.
Pawn shops in a huge way, yeah. I have done more pawning off than I have purchasing in pawn shops.
Yeah, no, I've done probably about equal. I've bought a decent amount of guns in pawn shops.
Yeah.
Sold. No, I didn't really sell that many. I've sold one to a pawn shop, but I've bought like 4 or 5 in a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Actually had it's where I bought an SKS at a pawn shop back in 93 before the assault weapons ban.
Yeah.
And
the SKS, an assault weapon.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever. Exactly. It's stupid as shit. But either way, I bought it for like $89, bro. So I sold it a year and a half later.
Right.
After I had burned it out and used it like a bitch.
Right.
And shot many rounds through it. I sold that thing for like $1,300.
Get fucked. No way.
Yeah, because it was a banned weapon under the freaking.
Jesus
it was grandfathered.
Dude, you took somebody. That's awesome.
I had a buddy who had a Dragunov, who ended up selling. He bought that Dragunov for like $400 back in like 91, 92, 90, 91 or 92.
Sure.
Sold it at he sold it a month after I sold my SKS for $3,200.
Oh my God, man.
If you had known that they were going to put that assault weapons ban into place, right?
Clean up.
You could have made a shit ton of money. I mean, I shit you not, bro. They were selling at this. It was Jim's Pawn and Gun in Wilmington, North Carolina. They had crates of SKSs and AK-47s. Crates. They were selling the SKSs for $89 a pop. The AKs they were selling for like $129 a pop.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So,
which of course mid-90s, the value of that triples.
Right, exactly. It's just nuts, man.
Right. Man. That's awesome and shitty at the same time. So, gun control, not a thing in my book.
Yeah, no. But that was a big way you could have made money.
Right.
But pawn shops in general, always a good place to go buy guns if you can, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Not so much in New York State.
Well, and you got to know, right?
But
I say absolutely saying that knowing about guns. Like, if you don't know shit about guns, don't go buy a gun at a gun or at a pawn shop. Like, you're fucking stupid. If you know what you're looking at as far as guns are concerned, pawn shops where you can get a serious deal. Because the pawn shop owner doesn't know what he's looking at.
Not usually.
Not usually. He bought it on the brand.
Anyway. Yeah, man. So I bought a couple guns, I don't have any of them left. The ones that I bought at pawn shops. Now all I have is got 2 Glocks. I got a Walther.
I love my Walther.
I do too. This is only a 22, but it's sweet, man. Just the way it feels.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I mean, we were talking. So, okay, there's pawn shops. We were talking about that, but we were also talking about payday loan. We were talking about auto sales, motorcycle. I mentioned the C.L.E.P books earlier. Don't pay for C.L.E.P books out in town. You can get them for free. We talked about that a while ago. I mean, even people trying to get slated for school have been taken advantage of by people who are just like waiting for boots out in the back parking lot. I think the biggest thing is if you're a boot, get as far away from base as humanly possible during the time that you have off. And maybe that's the best way to not get screwed over.
I would agree.
I mean, that was what I did. I just hung out in San Diego. All through SOI, I hung out in San Diego. I took the Cloud9 shuttle over there. And then in Twin Palms, there wasn't any place to go anyway.
Right, it's like Lejeune. Just you have Jacksonville. Get fucked. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there. I mean, you can go to Wilmington, which is about an hour south, and I loved it so much I moved there. Right. Go hang out, dude. Right. Go hang out on the beach. You got beaches down there everywhere between you go north, you got beaches. Go south, you got beaches. It's freaking gorgeous area. If you really want, you're only 2 hours from Raleigh.
Yeah.
Go hang out in Raleigh. Whatever, man. Just don't waste your or do the exact opposite and just stay on base.
Oh yeah, but then you're just looking to get fucked by duty.
I'm just saying, just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't go out and do dumb shit. Just stay on base. Fuck it.
Yeah, I was always the guy who befriended someone to where, like, I had a friend out in town that I could, we could go and get in trouble with one another, or they had some other place that we could go hang out, especially in Quantico. That was
Or
kind of the MO. In 29 Palms,
yeah, for sure in
dude, you're
Guanaco, for
screwed
sure.
in 29 Palms. I mean, if you're, well, you're not screwed, don't get me wrong, but like if you want to leave base and you want to do anything outside of base, you're probably driving a ways. You know, the only decent bar that we had to go to out in town was the Stumps. And then they had the Silver Screen for a while, but that kept getting closed down because their bouncers didn't know how to handle the fights that were breaking out over there. Like the Stumps, you know, we're fighting, don't get me wrong. J Tree Saloon, I think that's off limits, but everybody still goes there. And then you go down the hill and it's a totally different atmosphere. So if you can get yourself off base in 29 Palms down to like Cathedral City, Palm Desert, Palm Springs, you know, take your boot buddies over to Zelda's, you know, which is a prominent gay club, or at least it used to be.
Well, there was a incident not, I don't know how many years ago, but it was a while ago at the prominent gay bar in Jacksonville, which I can't even remember the name of. Damn it. Anyway, a couple Marines, and it was Marines, got together, got fucking drunk, and chained the doors closed. Like just heinous shit. Like not, I don't give a fuck what your thing is. They're still humans, right?
Right.
And you shouldn't do shit like this. So they popped off CS grenades, tossed them in the club,
No.
and then chained the door shut.
Oh my God.
And I think 2 or 3 people ended up dying.
Really?
Yeah, so those fucking dudes hung. They went fucking.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That is.
Yeah, CS
fucked.
grenades, bro. Those are horrible. Like people, if people have not been exposed to a CS grenade, the intensity of a CS grenade as compared to like going in the chamber,
right,
is night and day.
Oh, absolutely. It's a concentrated dose
yeah,
that
yeah.
has to deal with the wind.
It's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
But so I could only imagine the sheer terror that ensued inside that fucking club.
Dude, that's awful.
It's awful.
That is awful.
I mean, I laugh and I'm trying not to laugh, but it's awful.
That is
awful.
Terrible.
It really is.
We
terrible.
have to shrug it off because the soul doesn't know what to do with that. Like those evil bastards.
Holy shit, that's like one of those things like you watch. It's like, you know, any of the, oh yeah, man, just poor bastards.
That's twisted. Yeah, man.
Whew. Didn't think that one through, did you, boys?
No, you did not. Another good way to get fucked when you get off base, by the way, is not every tactical gear shop is created equal. I'll tell you that much right now.
Hey, the other thing is buy some clothes that aren't so fucking boot.
Yeah, do that.
And don't wear your web belt with jeans, for fuck's sake.
We don't have web belts anymore.
That's true. You don't.
But
Web belt, black boots. I shit you not. That was like, you know, in the green t-shirt.
Yeah.
You see motherfuckers roaming around. Used to. Now it's the tan boots.
Yep. Tan
What
boots.
kind of belt do you have now? Do you have like a rigger's belt or something?
Yeah, we have MCMAP belts. So the MCMAP belt is just a thin color of the belt that you qualify as basically seat belt material.
Yep.
And then you've got, you know, a lot of us wound up going and getting riggers belts. Which I loved my riggers belt. I still have
I still
all of them.
wear one all the time.
Yeah.
Because they don't roll. I don't know. I like it. Mine is I have 2 actually, but the one I wear most of the time is shit. What's that tactical brand? Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Is that it? Blackhawk? Is that right?
Yeah, it's Blackhawk. Did you have you ever used your riggers belt like for its intended purpose?
Meaning like what? Like the
Well, so we had tied Swiss seat. We were in Mount Warfare Training Center in Bridgeport. We were tying Swiss seats.
Yes.
And you could
Yes,
attach
yes.
you could attach gear to it and all sorts of shit.
Yep.
You can also rappel using just your rigger's belt. Probably break a few belt loops. Don't get me wrong.
Probably would, and it wouldn't be the most comfortable thing ever.
Right, but you can totally do it.
Yeah, man.
Because it's just, well, you need to make sure that you're at the other end. I mean, you would need a carabiner, no matter what. And
Of course.
Be able to create a bite. Like a double loop. Yeah. Rappelling's fun.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I haven't done it in a long, long time, but I could still set up the whole rig for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Out of a helicopter, off a tree, whatever you want to rappel off of.
Well, and that was the other thing that I liked having a rigger's belt for is it was basically like the top of my Swiss seat. So when you sit and you tie a Swiss seat and you do it around your belly and you tie everything together and it loops up through that belly, you can use your rigger's belt as the top portion of your Swiss seat. So you're only tying the leg portion of your harness.
Yep.
So that's how I rappelled a lot, and it was super comfy. Like dun da da da.
I still have my rope from Recon. You're issued a rope as soon as you get there, right? And that's kind of how they know who's a boot. If you're in RIP, you wear your rope
right
across your body like a PT belt,
right
over your shoulder, right?
Oh yeah. And
you run around because you run everywhere. But yeah, I still have that rope actually, and I've used it. Many Swiss seats were made out of that rope. Many, loops to retrieve fuckers out of the water, doing hydrocasting and retrieval.
Right.
That's one thing. Holy shit. In a pinch. We had another retrieval tool, but we used the rope quite a bit too, and it fuck your ass up. Get snatched out of the water going like fucking 20, right?
Right.
And you're just like there, and the next thing you know, you get snatched out of the water.
Right. No thanks.
It's pretty crazy. But anyway.
We're going to whiplash
I still
you
have
out
that
of
rope.
water.
And then I have two, actually they're still in the box, never been used. They're probably no good anymore, but you never know. Maybe I'll try. The OD Green 120 foot ropes.
Yeah.
That we used in the freaking core to do rappelling. Yep, I have two of those. And they're in a box with the freaking twisty ties still wrapped around them and the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've held on to them for a long fucking time.
Gotta love it, man. Tools of the trade.
I didn't get those when I was in the Corps. I got them after, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love rappelling. That shit was so much fun. We used to do all kinds of crazy ass shit. And when we were up in Alaska, we were doing, like Aussie rappel and the whole fucking, we were doing some crazy shit up there, just having fun. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, well, when you go out in town and you're going to find all of these rappelling ropes and different stuff like that, maybe just push a little bit. I'm not saying that every tactical store is bad. I'm just saying that you can be ripped off by somebody who knows you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you want to be Ricky Recon like my good friend Bennett here, buy all these ropes and practice on the knots and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't have that shit. Anyway.
I recommend going to EMS or REI or someplace that actually does that shit, not a tactical store. No. Just saying. Just saying.
I recommend getting an Alice pack and starting from there. And fill it full of shit you don't need. No, I'm just kidding. That's the thing, too, is out in a tactical store. Like, I've seen it happen right in front of me. Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to need this while you're in deployment. Like, all of these.
Definitely going to need this. Definitely going to need
Definitely going to want this, bro. You're going to want it. It's like, I'm pretty sure that my unit won't even let me have it. Well, you're going to want it. Like, you're right. I am going to want it when it's sitting in a blue tote in my fucking garage while I'm overseas because I'm not authorized to use it, These guys that go out, that get tricked out with all of this gear queer, that's probably the number one thing that I was guilty of. Like, I was always looking for a piece of gear that was going to help in certain circumstances. You go, you train, you do lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of training. And then you're like, fuck, I really wish that I had this one thing all the time here. And then you go out and you find it. And that's pretty much, that's what I do. I don't look for gear to then go train. That's backwards. Okay? You go and train a lot. Right? Like, dude, you got a shit ton of awesome gear. How much training are you doing? Well, I haven't really gone out yet. I've been putting together my gear set. Just talking with all the other tactical guys that are out there, seeing what they got. Like, nope, that's backwards. Like, climb a rope before you start hanging a towel in between your legs like Pat McNamara. Understand why the guy does it. I've seen people at the range like that. They put golf towels, okay, on like the belt of their trousers because they look like Pat McNamara.
Yeah.
From T-Mac, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Oh my God. I'm just like, stop this. You're not a Delta Force operator. You haven't even climbed to that level of training to rate wearing a golf towel on your belt like that. Nah, never mind. Leave it on.
Leave it on.
Leave it on. Fuck me. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you wear. You're the one.
Now,
who
when I
wants
was
to look like an
when
ass.
I was in the best, we used to go when we would go. The best tactical equipment that I ever bought for myself was from London Bridge.
Oh yeah.
In Virginia Beach was where I bought it. So back in the day, this is like 93. Yeah, 93.
Yeah.
It's not even military owned. The guy who started it, I think, was a doctor, like a professor.
Yeah.
But he might have been an MD too. Either way. Yeah, man. So they make some badass fucking gear there. I think they're still around.
Nice.
Make plate carriers and bags and fucking all kinds of shit, man.
Basically,
Pouches.
what we're saying is don't waste your money there. Go to the strip club. I think
right.
Right? Is that where we need to wrap this episode up at?
$1 equals 2 titties. Just remember that. That's how you can. So now you can count your money in titties.
That's good.
$1, 2 titties. That's 2 titties, 4 titties, 6 titties, right? That's how we count, right?
Math for a Marine.
Just saying.
Jesus Christ. The bouncer turned father of girls.
Yep. Hey,
yep.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, I used to bounce in a strip club and I DJ'd in one. Just saying.
I didn't know you were a DJ in one.
Listen to my voice, baby. How did you not know? How did you not know I was a fucking DJ?
All right. Put me on the main stage, Bennett. Put me on the main stage.
I can't do that. I can't do it anymore. I tried to do it not that long ago, and it was fucking a shit show.
Now coming to the main stage. No, there's too much bluster in that.
But it was, now coming to the main stage. We've got, whoever. It was fucking fantastic. So fucking funny. Joe Shit the Rag Man coming on the main stage and on the... It's fucking really funny. Shit.
Gotta love it.
Don't forget those, and gentlemen, don't forget those $5 lap dances.
Right. Better dive for five, boys.
Or head out to one of our private rooms for, a more intimate encounter. I think that's what I said. A more intimate encounter with one of our lovely ladies. It was bad, bro. It was really bad.
I'm fucking
Gotta make
dying
money.
over here. I'm dying.
They paid in cash. That's all I know.
I've been so drunk listening to that voice. Just so insanely drunk, and that happens playing in the background. This guy's at work.
I only played like 5 songs a night. Every girl danced to the same 5 songs.
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't the same. I'm just exaggerating.
The clodhoppers.
At that time, it was like every fucking chick wanted, like, it was always Metallica. And fucking Van Halen. You had Rage Against the Machine at that time too. It was funny, really funny, bro.
Yep. Another
started
good
off
place
as
to lose all your money as a boot.
Started as a bouncer, then I became the freaking DJ because I paid more.
Right, you got a promotion. Is what
I'd get paid like $100 a night cash to do that.
Well, maybe I could. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, the view ain't bad.
A lot of times you'd get tipped out, especially on the weekends. The girls would, give you like $10, $20.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a lot of money in that time, especially when you're a fucking broke ass fucking.
Yeah. But
Marine.
There's people listening right now thinking about being DJs at strip clubs. That's damn good money.
That's right. That's right.
That's what you guys got to do. See? There you go. Don't waste your money with payday loans and all of this other shit. Just get a side gig.
Get yourself an extra job. Go get yourself a side gig.
There you go.
Hey, and on another episode, we can talk to you about side gigs.
Love it. Thanks so much to our collaborative sponsors, VeteransList.us, Spartan Media, McPherson Marketing, and of course, Heroes Media Group. We're going to be hitting the road doing some events with Adam Bird and those guys. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. Folks, if you haven't already done so, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. We are live across like shit tons of aggregators like iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM, Google, YouTube, iHeart, all over the place. But if you want those fancy pictures and show notes and you want to see all of the behind the scenes stuff, you got to go to the website. So it's cigarsandseastories.com. Click on podcast or check out all of that we have to offer, including hats and t-shirts and blah, blah, blah. You got anything else to these fine, fancy people?
I got nothing.
Nothing? It's shocking. On another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, we'll talk about, I don't know, side gigs. Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. And on that note, we are going to cue the music.
I will flag up for two.